Hey Joe, people, my name is Jed Swarley. I'm the coach of the Amateurs Recons on Draft League format, and today I'm gonna be doing my draft analysis for the CPC D-league Season 5. I'm very excited for being here. There are some very cool and very talented coaches over here, so let's give our best shot. This is a 16-month draft league where I get the 14th pick overall. Also, before I forget it, this is a points-based regular year's draft. So let's start on what I drafted first. At my draft spot, there wasn't any mon left that I wanted to try. In fact, I took a couple minutes to make my choice, but finally I went for Mega Gardevoir on my first pick. I have Mega Gardevoir on my APA Indigo League team, and it has been so much fun using it as a steel breaker. So I decided to give it a shot on first round pick. It has an amazing special attack, special defense, and good speed tier at 100. Only downside are its physical stat and HP stat. It has access to Pixelet, Hyper Voice, Thunderbolt, Energy Ball, Wish, Healing Wish, Calm Mind, HP Fire, and HP Fire for Steel types. So now moving on my second pick, I had semi-wheel pick. I was thinking about something to pair with Mega Gardevoir. My options were Steel type for the Fairy Dragon Steel Core, a Fire type to break the defensive Steel Mons, or a Ground type for the same purpose. Hitran was on my mind as well as Garchomp, but I really hate Hitran for time weaknesses to ground, also its weakness to fighting and water type moves. And Garchomp was around same speed tier as Mega Gardevoir, so I wasn't very sure. I really needed a fire and ground type for breaking steel types, and I needed a steel type of my own, as well as an electric mon, all of these weak to ground. There were gonna be pretty good months of those types on later rounds, but anything good to stop them I wasn't very sure. So I went for Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash has Levitate, Defog, Pole Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and it has pretty good defensive stats and is only weak to grass. That will help with my later round Fire, Steel, Electric, and Ground months. So after a couple picks, it was my turn again, and I opted to draft Empoleon. Empoleon gives me another defog option plus Stud Rocks. It's another water type but doesn't share weaknesses with Rotom Wash. Its ground and electric weaknesses are patched with Rotom Wash, and it kinda deals with non-powerful grass attacks that Rotom Wash doesn't like. Furthermore, let's continue with my next pick. This was none other than Buzzwole. This flexing mosquito has an amazing attack and defensive stats, as well as a pretty good HP stat. This thing can take earthquakes that Empoleon does not appreciate, as well as physical attacks that Mega Gardevoir and Empoleon doesn't want to take. And on the other hand, Mega Gardevoir takes special hits directed to Buzzwole. As an extra, Buzzwole can break 2 steel types. Buzzwole weakness to Fire and Flying are covered with Empoleon, as well as the Fire weaknesses with Rotom Wash and Empoleon, and the Psychic weaknesses is covered with Mega Gardevoir. This next round, a lot of snipes were done. They really messed up with my speed tiers, but luckily never made it to me. Nice 123 speed. It gives me a Dragon and a Flying type in 1 month. Access to Flamethrower, Heatwave, Bomb Burst, Switcheroo, Momentum with U-turn. Also, it has 2 useful abilities on Frisk and Infiltrator. As a semi-wheel, I drafted Heliolisk, another mon with speed above 100. It doesn't only have Ball Switch but U-turn as well. A fast Heliolisk with specs can break some teams. Also, it added a Ghost immunity and an electric resistance. For my next pick, I went for Amoonguss. Why? It's nice fighting and fairy resist. Not quite a ground resist, but due to its bulk, Amoonguss can take a couple of ground type moves. So this is just a walk, access to Spore and Regenerator ability. So next, let's move to my next pick. To add some more speed to my team, I went for Sneasel. With its 115 speed, it gives me something between 109 of Illulisk and 123 of Nightburn's speed. Also with Sneasel, now I have access to knock off Psychic Resist, Priority with Ice Shard. Though it's too fragile from its defense, things like Amungus, Buzzwole, Empoleon, and our Radon Watch can cover its weaknesses pretty good. Now it's time to get a couple of this defensive mounts. First I went for Dusknoir. I granted my team an immunity to fighting and normal type moves. Also it gives me a resistance to poison and bug type moves. Dusknoir has an insanely defensive stat. It's lackluster on HP side, but that's not really a problem. By the way, Trick Room is something I'm thinking to go if I need it. Now let's go with my 10th round pick on Gligar. It gives me an electric and ground immunity, a lot of resistances, and it's only weak to ice and water, which I already have some good resistances on Radon Wash and Empoleon. Gligar also gives me U-turn options, knockoff, defog, and stealth rocks, so it is pretty cool. Now we're reaching the end of the draft now. I still have plenty of points to spend on. I need a fire type steel, and I know it can't be sniped, so I'm gonna leave it until round 12. And I went for Taurus for round 11. It has 110 base speed, intimidate, and sheer force abilities, so Life Orb sheer force is something I can use a lot of times. And now last round, round 12, I drafted Victini. Victini round 12 is insane. I'm very glad it lasted until the end. It gives me a fantastic fire type to break steel types, which Mega Gardevoir can't break. Also gives me momentum, some powerful moves on Big Raid, Bolt Strike, and with Victory Start I have to care less of those low accuracy moves. Also it can be Scarfed, Specs, and Banded, and it can be used as a fast Trick Room mod as well. So this is gonna be my theme for the CPC D-league Season 5. Battles are gonna be uploaded Sundays 1 PM CST. Teambuilders, if I have time to record them, are gonna be uploaded Saturdays 1 PM CST as well. This is gonna be everything for this video, so I hope you really like it. You can leave in the comments your opinions about my draft, any suggestions, and of course leave a like. Gonna see you guys on the next video. Goodbye.